Good day, traders. Hope you're all doing well. Welcome to another quick episode of Crypto Vibes with Walt, where we'll cover Bitcoin, Ethereum, and map out an action plan for the coming week. So, starting off with a bit of recap. Last time around, we had marked this level of key support formed on both Bitcoin and Ethereum while price was breaking out from this level. We obviously retraced toward this level and rallied higher just as we expected. So this was an easy around 10 to 11% gain if you had watched our analysis last week. So now let's on to the weekly and see what's going on. So if you are one of our weekly audiences, you would have seen us talk about three key levels on Bitcoin on a frequent basis. So this level of key support, this level of key resistance flipped to support, and this level of weekly resistance on Bitcoin. Now for the previous few weeks, we've been poking at this level of resistance, trying to break out. However, all the attempts were met with a harsh rejection each time around. Last week was the only week where we did not get that aggressive selling from this level of supply, which was an indication of the fact that sellers were getting exhausted at this level, and lo and behold, this level we have broken out from the range. So now, what are some of the key scenarios that are possible from here, and what would be a bullish case and what would be a bearish case? So for a bullish case, Bitcoin now needs to reclaim this level of this mid-range of this entire move, this entire leg up from around mid of July till early November. So once this level is reclaimed, I would anticipate another leg higher, which means that Bitcoin would be breaking this level of supply and moving towards some higher time frame resistance in the coming few weeks and months. To get there, however, price won't be moving in a single or rather a straight line up. So what are some of the key levels that we have to watch from a daily perspective? Let's look at the daily. So on the daily, we clearly have this breach of old high, which was an indication of a meaningful, or rather it was a meaningful evidence of a higher time frame trend shift after the break of market structure. And now obviously we have this confirmation of a higher low being formed, this being a higher high being formed. So the market structure has shifted bullish, but we are still trying to break out from the mid-range, as we have seen on the multiple attempts previously. So I'm possibly eyeing 2 or 3 scenarios on Bitcoin and Ethereum. So we clearly have a daily level of demand, a fresh level of demand that's formed on Bitcoin. So if we are to sell off from this range without breaking higher right now, I would expect this level to hold, which would form a wick into the weekly level of support that we have, the weekly level of resistance that we talked about, which has flipped to support. So I would be anticipating a move down to this level, and this level should hold if we are to be bullish. So this forms a wick on the weekly, and then we rally higher. This is one of the scenarios. However, if we are to break out from this level and the momentum continues to bullish, so price breaks out, finds resistance at the weekly level that we just talked about, which is incongruent with our daily level of fresh supply as well. So I would be anticipating sellers to step in at this level. We form a correction, the mid-range holds as support, and then we rally higher. Right, so these are 2 of the bullish scenarios that I am anticipating right now. Obviously, from a technical standpoint, if you look at it from a technical standpoint, the more times the level is tested, the weaker it becomes. Especially when we get weaker reactions on each subsequent test of the level. So as explained multiple times, this was a key low, this was a high, and this was a relatively higher high as compared to this low, a higher high, a higher high, and now this higher high has confirmed that this level is getting exhausted. So these are some of the scenarios that I'm watching on Bitcoin going into this week. So what is a bearish scenario from here, right? Yeah, so what would be bearish is that we break out from this range. Again, key level of supply both on the daily and the weekly. We are unable to find acceptance at this level. We break below mid-range, we find acceptance at this level, then this whole move becomes your deviation and price can easily move towards the lower extremes of this range from here. It would be this level of demand and then ultimately these lows and this weekly level of demand. So this is the bearish scenario that I'm watching now. It can also form a deviation at this level, come back, test this level, and then rally higher. So I'm not really sure which scenario is going to unfold. I'm just charting the levels that are in front of me and how I can position myself in altcoins and Bitcoin depending on the price action that is formed. So this is Bitcoin covered on the daily and the weekly. Let's quickly look at Ethereum. Now Ethereum is a bit laggy as compared to Bitcoin because we're seeing Bitcoin break above its key level of weekly resistance. However, Ethereum is still struggling. So more room for Ethereum to grow as compared to Bitcoin. Let us look at the daily. Yep, so as explained in the previous videos, we officially have a high on Ethereum as well with a fresh untested level of demand. So since it is at a weekly level of resistance, we can expect a leg down lower just to trap late leveraged longs. Fresh level of demand over here, so any tap at this level is a big long for me, and then we can talk about breaking this level and moving higher. So post this shift in market structure, what has happened is once this high was formed, the liquidity has been shifted to deliver on the buy side. There is clear evidence of the higher time frame level turning into support and the higher time frame also turning bullish from a bearish market structure. So let me just clear out the chart bit. Ethereum is pretty much simple to chart because obviously we have one clear level of demand formed and this key level of resistance. So just as I explained, any tap at this level is a clear long for me, and this is the only thing that I'm eyeing on Ethereum right now. Obviously, if we break out from this range or this weekly level of resistance, then obviously we have to alter our plans a bit. But for now, I am anticipating a move down lower just to trap late longs, and then we can deliver buy side liquidity. Yeah, so just as Bitcoin, we had marked out this key level or this level of demand on H4. We saw price tap this level and immediately took off straight into the level of weekly resistance that we had highlighted multiple times. So this is both Bitcoin and Ethereum covered for you. Quick recap. So price is looking to break out from weekly level of resistance now. Any acceptance above is bullish for Bitcoin and Ethereum, and we can expect higher prices from here. Any failed breakout from this level, let me just quickly open up the Bitcoin chart. So yeah, any failed attempt to reclaim this level, and acceptance below would be bearish, and we should be eyeing lower prices. So that is Bitcoin and Ethereum covered within 10 minutes. That's all for now. Don't forget to like the video, share and subscribe to our channel, and I will talk to you guys next week. Cheers.